You've had a pretty eventful offseason since we last saw you.
Some exciting things have happened.
So are you ready for this now?
Absolutely. Couldn't be more excited for my first training camp in the NFL. It's a good opportunity for me.
Was there ever any concern that you wouldn't be signed in time for this to start?
No, I think both parties involved, we had one goal, and that was to make sure I was here for day one, to be a part of this team so we can, improve every day.
Word got out that you had urged your agents to get the deal done and say, don't worry about the offset language, let's get the deal done. Can you tell us from your perspective how that went?
I'm a team first guy. I won't go into details about the contract or anything like that, but I wanted to be here. And I'll just say that. That was, first and foremost, that was the main priority for me.
Are you a romantic guy too? Do you got a good story about your engagement?
I had both my family and her family there, made sure that everybody that's important in both of our lives, tried to get all those people there, and it was special.
Hey, Baker, everybody here has been trying to turn the page on from 0-16. What is your role in trying to make everybody forget about that and kind of change the culture around here?
When you talk about a new season, the record from the past year goes out the window. The culture around here, yes, I'm new to it, but the reason we've made so many changes, this management and ownership has made so many changes, is they're bringing in the guys that have a fresh mindset, because you have to hit the reset button every year. It doesn't matter if you win the Super Bowl or you go 0-16. You start fresh, and you haven't done anything for this season yet. So we're working to be the best team in the country, and that's our mindset.
Baker, we know what a competitor you are, and we've talked about not being the starter entering camp, but did you spend any time over the break kind of getting your mind right for the situation you're going to be in to start game?
I would never get my mind right to be a backup. That's the second that I would be complacent. That's the second that I would stop working. You always got to keep working like you're going to work to be the best, and that's the same thing Tyrod's done his whole life as well. It doesn't matter the position you're in. If you're not going to work hard, then you're not doing it right.
Does it bother you when Hugh says that you're probably not going to get a bunch of first-team reps just because they're trying to get Tyrod ready?
No, absolutely not. They're doing everything they think is right, and I believe in that. I believe in them, and so when it comes down to the stuff that they're saying, that's not going to change my work ethic, and if it does, then something's wrong.
So do you go into it saying I'm out here to win a job, the starting job?
I go out here to say that I'm trying to make this team better, and whatever role that is, I'm going to try and do that.
And Hugh Jackson says it's his job and the coach's job to develop you as we go along, yet at the same time get ready for the season with the other guys. So how much better can you get in that situation?
Every day is an opportunity. So we have till we break camp around the 22nd. That's about 20 days, a little over 20 days to get better. You take out the off days. That's a lot of opportunities for me to get better. To focus on a couple things each day and try and knock those out and improve.
Is there a parallel between this and being a walk-on like you were in college?
I think anytime you got to earn a spot on the team, absolutely. It's the same kind of mindset.
Is it hard to try to strike the balance between doing what you have to do and kind of either knowing your place and also fighting like crazy to ultimately start for this team Sunday?
My place here, why they drafted me, was to help turn it around. So if I'm not fighting like crazy to be the best version of myself and to help this team, then I'm not doing my job. So I'm just going to keep getting better every day. Everything happens for a reason. It's not in my control. I just got to be ready for my opportunity.
Baker, do you feel you kind of won the day in your appearance with Colin Cowherd?
You think so?
I don't know. I think he had it.
It's in the past, but he's good at what he does. I'll say that. He creates a lot of commotion, and that's what he's supposed to do. He gets people to watch his show.
Along those same lines. Okay.
You're glad you did it.
Yeah, it's there's pros and cons to both.
Along those same lines, Ben McAdoo, who actually interviewed for the offensive coordinator position here in February, gave an interview recently where he said he had you ranked 6th amongst the quarterbacks, was surprised that John Dorsey took you number 1 overall. What's your reaction to that? Do those things just add more fuel to your fire?
That's not the first opinion that hasn't had me very high, so that's honestly not new. I care less.
How has your relationship with Todd Haley developed since Obviously, still way early in the process, but how's that going?
Great. I think he's been very successful for a lot of reasons. He's a great coach, relatable. He's hard. He comes from the Parcells family, so there's a kind of breed of coaches that he can associate himself with. But I like that, being coached hard. I know exactly what he's expecting out of me, and so I can set the standard, and set the expectations for myself and work for that. And I like that.
Kind of the same question. How do you see, with so many new receivers, new running backs, how long until that gels? I know that's like a big question, but until there's some comfortable, with all the pieces in that group?
That's what this is for. That's what the spring practices were for. You try and get the chemistry down. I think all that time you try and get on the right mindset, stay on the right wavelength with those guys, and now it's just about ironing all those things out. And so I think we'll have that handled by the end of training camp, because that's the goal, to be ready by season. We're not supposed to be at our peak right now, but to get better every day and be ready for that.
How's your remember asking your rookie camp about the playbook and having to digest such a large volume of information. Now that we're at the start of training camp, you've been here for a few months, or at least in the organization. Mm-hmm. Where's your comfort level at with Todd Haley's?
Much better than what it was last time you asked me that. Now, this is why I'm very excited about training camp, not only because, season's around the corner, but we're not installing new plays. We're kind of reviewing the stuff we've gone over, so it's like doing it a second and third time. So now I can not try and cram everything into practice and do all that. I can actually refine it, study it, the little details, and that's what makes people different. That's the difference between a good quarterback and a great quarterback, is the little details on each play, and so that's what I'm trying to take care of right now.
Are you growing the beard for any particular reason? Is that until something happens or anything?
Honestly, couldn't tell you why.
And you explained the thinking behind Baker series. What's the thinking behind the new Fox series?
They had purchased the rights to it. I am not a part of any of that deal. They have all the clips that they had filmed. That was just part of the agreement. I don't handle that stuff. I handle the football side.
To go back to the engagement, you proposed with your future mother and father-in-law right there?
They were not inside the house, but yes. Yeah.
Is there any, that take a little guts?
Absolutely. Tell you what, asking permission to marry his daughter was, that takes a lot of guts.
Any hesitancy on his part?
No, thank God.
Where was that? What city? What island?
No, that was in California when I proposed, but I had flown to her hometown in Omaha to ask for permission, so that was a little nerve-wracking.
Baker, why now? Because there's a lot going on for you. You're focused on winning this job. Just out of curiosity, why was this an important time for you to get engaged and get that part of your life?
It just felt right. The personal side of my life is, I separate that in football, and that's how I think it should be done. Because when you step away from work, you got to be able to take your mind off of it, and she's been the best thing for me, and it felt like the right time.
How long have you known her?
I had a mutual friend, the first guy I met when I transferred to OU. He's from Nebraska, so he's been trying to set us up for a while. I think we were both a little hard-headed and stubborn, and finally gave in.
What was it? Was spend much time around Cleveland yet?
I did during OTAs and mini camp, all that stuff. On the weekend, tried to go out and grab some good food, trying to explore a little bit. But other than that, I haven't been here long enough to say that I'm a true Clevelandite.
What was the best part about the workouts with all the guys in California?
Getting everybody out there. That was kind of the earliest showing that football's right around the corner. When you get the whole squad together, it's a good feeling. That's what we do. We love it. And so I think just being around them, and then not just practicing with them, getting better, but seeing them off the field is always fun.
Baker, what are your thoughts on Josh Gordon not being with the team at the start of training camp, and how do you guys ensure that this doesn't become sort of a downer way to start your camp?
I wouldn't ever say it's a downer way to start the camp. Josh's health is the most important, and he's doing all the right things to take care of himself. And to me, that's the most important. But I've had it since I was little. You got to have the next man up mentality. Yeah, we'd love to have Josh, and whenever that time comes, we'd be more than happy to have him, just because of how talented he is and who he is. So whenever that is, we're excited. But for now, we're playing.